Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jamil from Honest Sense. I'm not actually doing a review, but please subscribe to my channel. It just basically fragrance talk, and basically the reason why I'm on here is just to let you know what made me get into liking fragrance and loving and having a passion for fragrances. Well, it started when I was like 27 years old, and I'm 44 now, but at the time when I was 27 years old, I used to work at a Nordstrom's. So, well, so once I started to work at the Nordstrom, they had me working in the suits department. Like people like dressed up like suits and stuff. Now I really didn't know anything about suits. I just always just to go there just to buy ties and stuff, like because everything was expensive working at the mall at Nordstrom. So a lot of time I'll go like freaking Farming Mills and stuff like that if I want to, or Marshalls and stuff like that. So I'm up in the Nordstroms, and one of the ladies asked me if I was looking for a job, and I decided to tell her no, but I ended up telling her yes, and then she told me that they have a available opening to work in the suits department at the men's department. So now I have no idea of what I'm doing. Um, so a lot of times the people that came in there, so obviously I did take the job. And obviously, when I started working there, a lot of people that came in there, they already knew exactly what they wanted. So it wasn't like I had to assist them or tell them, um, like which suit, this go with this would go with that, this would go with this. I really didn't do none of these things, because the people that came in there, they had businesses. They was like CEOs and stuff like that, so they already knew what they already wanted. So it kind of made my job easy. And the reason why they was hiring, because the older man that was there before me, um, he hurt his leg. They said that he was painting his house, and he hurt his leg and fell off the ladder. And so I end up walking in there, and they end up hiring me. So, but they did tell me that when he come back, they gonna have to obviously terminate me. So, and at this time, I was there for like 4 months, and totally forgot what they told me, that the man is going to be coming back and they're going to terminate me. And by the way, I did have another job already. I was working in the hospital, and the hours that I was working in the hospital was during the day, and then working in the men's suit department, it was kind of like in the afternoon. So they kind of went around my hours, so which was cool. So I only did this like 4 hours a day, and obviously working in the hospital was my full-time job. I was doing 8 hours a day. So I mean, I was making money. I felt real good about it. And so once I started doing that, um, the man came back, and then they was getting ready to get rid of me. And then the old man suggested, his name was Charles, by the way. He suggested, he said, "Hey man, why don't you go over there and why don't you go over there to the cologne department?" And I was like, you know, and I knew, and I'm not saying like anybody's job, but at the time, I feel like that job wasn't for me. And then I knew I had to start selling things, and I knew I wasn't a good person to sell anything, because I got so spoiled with the suits. And obviously they really didn't need me, because people just come in, and these men, they already knew exactly what they wanted. So with the cologne, I had to sell more. I had to be more, basically I got to get up and do my job. And I felt like working in the cologne department wasn't for me. And but I did take the job because I needed some money. I needed extra money, because I knew if I don't take this cologne job, I'm not gonna have extra money coming in. So I was kind of used to having to working at the suit department, getting that extra money. So I ended up working in the cologne department, and I was just sitting down, and I wasn't selling anything, and it was like a lot of girls and stuff like that who I was working with, and and I was a type of guy. I was shy. I mean, I couldn't approach anybody, couldn't approach a girl. I mean, I was just afraid. I was just sitting down. I mean, I wasn't. I was just more into myself, and and eventually, the girls that I was working with, I mean, they was very pretty, very attractive. So I just started talking to them every day, and once I got comfortable with just even talking, um, learning how to approach, because I learned how to approach at a late age, because I always had women that approached me or somebody hooked me up with somebody, so I really didn't have to do all the approaching. So with this job, I learned how to approach. And once I got this job, now I'm able to start selling fragrances. And as I'm starting to sell fragrances and smell fragrances and knowing what smell good, what doesn't smell good, and stuff like that, then now I came to have the love and the passion for fragrances. But then years come by, and I noticed there's a YouTube, and I see a lot of guys was actually doing fragrance reviews. Like one of was like Red Lessons, Mike Makers. It was like Coach Rob 619. I mean, guys like that, they was doing fragrance reviews. There's another guy named Brandon Thompson, and another guy he used to be called Bond Creed Guy. Also Street Sense. So Max Forte, I mean, not well, yeah, Max Forte. So all these guys, they was actually doing fragrance reviews. And so, and I was like, hey, maybe I could, do something. And I started watching these videos and stuff. I'm like, man, that stuff smells good. Because me at the time, me working at Nordstrom, like I only had like 2 colognes, even though they gave us like a 15% discount. But I had a signature scent at the time. And my signature scent that I had, it was a fragrance called Keaton Men. And so that was my signature scent. And I had another one which was Versace Dreamer. Those were my signature scents. So now I started to see these YouTube videos, and I just started blind buying. I started buying all these fragrances and everything. And it came from like 2 fragrance to 15 fragrance, 15 fragrance to 50 fragrance, 50 fragrance to 100 to 120 to 200 to 300, all the way to 400 fragrances. Now I know there's some YouTube reviewers, they got more fragrances than that. But I noticed that my money was going down the drain. Yo, I just wanted to smell good. As right now, I have like 200 fragrances because I still love the passion of the fragrance. But as right now, I am much more smarter about my fragrances and stuff like that. So I like fragrance is much wearable, more like on the designer side of borderline niche. So for instance, like I like stuff that's mass appealing, like Creed Aventus or Creed Aventus Cologne, Silver Mountain Water. I like fragrance that's easy to wear. It's like a dumb reach. I could just pick up and just wear these fragrances. I'm not gonna get tired of. Even though sometimes some fragrance you just wants to have something different, but the particular fragrance is just it's not complicated. It's just either way you're gonna smell good. So, and it get to a point where, I mean, yo, like I would like if I need to make a car payment and I see a fragrance that I like, yo, I would wait for my grace period and not pay my car payment and just get a fragrance. And it was that bad. I had it bad. And I'm not saying if people doing it now, I mean, whatever floats you, that's what you do. But I'm just basically saying my experience. And this is about my love or passion for the fragrances and everything. Yeah, so it was very difficult. It was very hard times. I mean, I sacrificed a lot, and it was crazy thing about it. Like I was getting compliments on the cheaper fragrance, not necessarily the expensive ones. And I was like, "You like this one? This one cheap. This is generic." And I was just walking around telling people, "This is generic. This is cheap. You like this? I don't like this. I like niche." And I was telling people that, but the girls was like, "Yo, I like this one right here," and that one could be like $20 fragrance. It was like one of them was like, it was Clinique Happy, um, Izzy Miyake Pour Homme, good fragrance, Jupe. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like I mean, Joe, whatever, JOOP. Like those are fragrances that they was liking. It wasn't the ones that like the niche ones. They liked it something that was simple. You know how people says simple is sometimes better than something that's too complicated with notes and stuff like that. So I like mass appealing fragrances. But I do have some little complicated ones, but those are just personal ones. You know what I mean? Those not the ones that everybody may not like. So it doesn't have the mass appealing, but it fits me. It fits my mood, the type of mood that I'm in. So I don't know how everybody feel about certain fragrances and everything, like on their fragrance journey. And so yeah, sometimes it could be real difficult. This fragrance thing, it could get you broke. It could get you flat broke. I mean, broke in half. And a lot of time we gotta understand, like a lot of your fragrance reviewers, a lot of time, they don't buy fragrance. I mean, they buys them, but a lot of time them fragrances is given to them. And we're the buyers. You know what I'm saying? I'm the buyer. So but the thing is that yeah, they getting sponsors, they getting people sending them fragrance, so they not spending her hard earned money like us. And the good thing about it that they honest and say it, but not necessarily you gotta go out there and buy it. So there's a time in my fragrance journey that where you had people used to do decants. They used to do decants like my makers. He used to do decants. I bought so many decants from him. Creed Aventus, Silvermount Waters, Creed Tabarones, Green Iris Tweed. I used to like buy crazy bundles of it. I never had to own a bottle because he had the decants. One minute I get a 60 mil. I mean, one minute I get a 50 mil. Then I get 100 mil, and I'm just weighing these fragrances. I'm just buying it. So I really never need a bottle. But now, I mean, obviously, rest in peace to him. I mean, like I learned a lot from my makers. And then you had other guy, one guy named Steve Thaw. And I think that's Steve Thaw Thor, and he used to have like decants of like whatever you want. If he get enough people who wants to get a buy decant or something like that, his decant prices was pretty good, and so was my makers. Like I used to get a 50 mil of Creed Aventus like for $100, a 50 mil for $100. The old man at a decant bottle, and was just bananas, man. I used to just love them days. And now you got companies like other fragrance companies that they sell samples and everything, and they prices like sky high. But we didn't have to do all of that. You know what I mean? So those are the things. The times have changed. I mean, obviously fragrance is definitely going up. By the way, like the other day I did go to Macy's. I actually smelled the new Chanel super lager or something like that. Oh my God, like yo, that jump was like $170, $80. I mean, that's a lot of money for a 100 ml bottle, and obviously from Chanel. I think there's a trend going on right now. I think like a lot of designer fragrance getting very more expensive, and a lot of niche fragrance is actually going up. And back in the day, you go on eBay and you can get a Parfum de Marly at a good at a good reputable site, and a 2.5 mil. I mean, not a 2.5, 75 mil Parfum de Marly. Let's say Harriet used to get that for like 120, 130. Um, now they want like 175, 180. So even those went up. Even the discounts don't went up. And lucky that I still have them fragrance when it was like $123, like from Fragrance. It was like Fragrance Nest. It was some coming from Edison, New Jersey. Like they all authentic, all legit and stuff. It just everything don't went up. So I think a lot of these fragrances, they actually gonna go sky high. But anyway, that's just I just wanted to talk, just basically let people know what made me, how did I get in, started to have a love and a passion for fragrances. And yeah, so it's it's an addiction to me. I'm not saying it to you guys, but to me, it was an addiction. And I still love it, but it's not an addiction. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like I used to be addicted to coffee. Like I wake up, I got a freaking massive headache if I didn't have it. I had to have coffee every day. That was my addiction. Now I don't need coffee every day. I don't get that headache anymore. I'm just basically giving an example. That's all I'm doing. But anyway, I'm gonna shorten this video up right now. But I'm just basically just fragrance talk. That's gonna be the title, fragrance talk. But anyway, please subscribe to my channel as I do future videos and everything. Thank you and peace.